today we are having a webinar with a very special guest, Rachel Toner, and the title of our webinar today is Powerful New Ways to Sell Images. We're going to go over a few different ways to utilize a few things we've been using. A lot of these are improvements on what we've showed you guys in the past, so we're really excited to show you everything that we have in store for you in today's webinar. And like I said, we do have our very special guest, Rachel Toner, which I will introduce to you in a brief minute. Now, before we go into that, what I want to do is just let you guys know how to use the webinar software that you see on the right-hand side of your screen. You do have a window very similar to this one right here. If at any time you need to ask any questions, because you are muted, please feel free to use the chat feature found here. If that's taking up too much space on your window, just click the orange arrow here and that can minimize it, and just so you can maximize and utilize all the space on your computer and not miss anything during our slides. So Rachel and I have been working together very closely with the IT department on building our digital brand book app to maximize sales for your studio. Rachel, I wanted to take this time to introduce yourself and see how you're doing today.
Pretty good, thanks. It's nice to be here.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So what we're going to do is, before we even get started, just want to let you guys know this weekend we are going to be stopping by imaging in we're going to be stopping in WPPI in Vegas. If you are going to be in the area, and if anyone is, if you could use the feature to raise your hand so we get an idea and keep an eye on who to look out for. But we will be at booth number 1439. If you're in the area, stop by, say hello. We'll have a lot of great things in store for you. And check out some of the products, talk to us, give us feedback, whatever you guys want. So getting into things, before we get started, no one offers more ways to make more money with mobile apps than Collages. We're going to go through a few different points on our digital brag books, which are now being utilized as personal apps for your customers. When you get into it, there's a lot of ways you can mix and match the brag books. You can use it as a marketing app. You can use it as a bonus app or incentive. And then one thing that other companies are not taking advantage of is the ability to include in-app print sales and also the ability for online app sales. And we'll get into those deeper into the presentation once I pass things on over to Rachel. And Rachel, are you ready for me to send this over to you?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I'm going to send it over to you right now.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let me jump through. So we're first going to start with that first one here in marketing apps. I'd like to start off by talking about a really great quote that I liked from Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. He had said about marketing, people influence people. Nothing influences people more than a recommendation of a trusted friend. A trusted friend referral is the holy grail of advertising. And so, of course, we're talking about what? Word of mouth, right? And this is something, especially as photographers, we've always relied on to bring in new customers. And that actual concept is something that we are still implementing today with the digital brag book app. And so what we're trying to do here is use that same concept of the word of mouth, but allow you to actually maximize on the potential of marketing, but virtually. So you could almost call it a virtual word of mouth. So let me just explain the function for those of you who do not know what the digital brag book app is. So basically, as you can see here, you send a client a collection of images that can be viewed on their smartphone or tablet, as you see in the picture. And so anytime they download this onto their smartphone or tablet, it creates an actual app with your studio logo, and it saves onto their phone so that that can be accessed and shared then at any moment that they'd like. So every time it's shared then to another person, it is then, again, saved onto that person's phone or tablet. So again, you're continuously putting a little footprint on every share that they have. So that's really the concept that we're talking about, is that virtual word of mouth, and yet it's leaving a little footprint on every single person's smartphone or tablet. So as we can see, in even taking a look at the picture, the new generation that we're living in today lives on their phones. Whether we can really like it or not, we all have to agree it's really not going away, right? So when we think about that, we're talking about seniors, we're talking about even brides. All they want to do is share, and it's even harder to get people to actually go on to take the time to open their computer now, because the access is so instant in being able to go onto their smartphone or tablet. That's when we can get the instant access to that client or potential client, is by that phone or tablet. So we can see across the board, no matter what type of photographer we're doing, whatever type of photography we're doing, senior, portrait, wedding, anything like that, the access is instant if we can get them right on their phone or tablet. So another option is through the bridal shows and venue books. So this is something that photographers are still continuously doing and finding a lot of sales from, is through the bridal shows. And so the bridal shows, you have the opportunity in utilizing the digital bride book in a very different way. So you can create a portfolio of, let's say, your best work, put it on your smartphone or tablet, and then as you talk to brides or you talk to potential clients, you're able to leave them, again, just a little footprint and say, ask them for their email address and be able to send your best portfolio work to them that they can look at another time. And it's now saved onto their smartphone or tablet. Along with the images, they're also able to get your studio website and all of your personal information and phone number. Another option that you can also upload, as long as it's a JPEG, is your pricing. So you'd be able to send them not only your best portfolio work, but at the end, you can have a couple JPEGs of your pricing, maybe a special that you'd like to give out for the particular bridal show. So we really see the unleashed potential that you can do with these digital bride books if you start to think outside the box in how they can be used, and not just for just regular viewing. Also, when we talk about venue books, a lot of photographers still send out venue books for all these different vendors that they offer, and yet they can be quite expensive. So this is another option where, and of course it's a lot less expensive option than dropping off a book to all of the best venues that you work with. You can merely send the manager an app and recommend to them to be able to send it to any potential clients that are asking for suggestions on photography. So again, this is another option. They can also send out your pricing. All of this can be just sent without you even having to be in the room. So really great options there that we see as potential. So the next thing we're going to talk about, though, is the bonus app. So another way that we can utilize this digital bride book is by actually offering it in our packages. So the mobile app is a really great incentive when you put it in a package to add the value of a higher cost package. So if we can see here, the best value package is, includes the digital bride book. Now we know it's very simple and easy to upload, but they don't know the added value that comes with it. So this is something that's such a great part of the package that you can easily put in to increase the value as well as the cost of a package. As you can see here, we can also make it a la carte, as this studio did, where you can actually just give the description and put a price on it. So now we've talked about being able to purchase them. We've talked about being able to utilize them in marketing. And now what we're going to talk about is being able to actually utilize it for for revenue. So let me see here. So now we're going to just not only share and market, but we are actually going to drive the revenue to where we need. And the best way I've always heard is best sales are emotional sales. The emotional sale is when the clients are able to see it for the first time. And I think every photographer has to agree with that. That's why even in-person sales are so great to be able to utilize. However, we are still able to get this sale in the option of the in-app print sales. So if you can see here on the slide, you'll see that you now have the ability to put the actual shopping cart right into the digital brag book without them having them go to a full site. So as soon as they're looking at the pictures for the first time, you're able to upload your favorite images for them to purchase. All they have to do is hit order prints and be able to purchase the prints that they'd like. They then get printed and shipped right to their clients, to your clients. So again, we're being able to extend our sales and hit them right at the prime emotional time of them viewing those images right out the gate.
And for anyone worried about copywriting or scouting, you do have the ability to put in the proof mark with your studio information, so that will further protect your images from that. Because I know that is a big barrier with giving images through an app, and we have ways around that to prevent that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kevin, for bringing out that great point. Definitely is important. So let's continue on from the in-app sales to actually how we can share and sell through online app sales. So now we've been able to market it, we've been able to share it, we've been able to excel our revenue by having prints be able to be ordered through it. But now let's try and actually sell the digital brag book itself. And so we've come up with the online sales feature to be able to mass market ourselves in the community. So now we're being able to harness the power of social networking here. Because if you take a look, now we're talking about, this slide is showing you just 3 clients and the capability through this digital brag book of the potential of what we can have in gross sales as well as in clients. And how we do this is, if you take a look at where it says number 1, what we are now offering is a trial or preview digital brag book that will now have an expiration of your choosing to be able to select the time where it will then expire. And once throughout that time, before the expiration date, the viewer is given an option in your price list to purchase the actual digital brag book itself for an amount of your choosing that you set. And so once they actually then purchase it, then they are able to now share it, of course. So they can share the trial size as much as they like, but it will expire. Once it is purchased, they are again able to share it, and as we can see here, just the potential of 3 different clients. And even if we take a look, the reason that we have all these different colors is because of all the different ways that we are now able to utilize the digital brag book. So some of these, let's say the orange, can be just in potential clients. The blue can be maybe how many people actually purchase prints through the digital brag book, and others is how many people are now purchasing the digital brag book. So we can see all that potential growth and sales as well, and revenue all through just one client. So the question is, how do we do it? So this is a really great slide to show you some screenshots of what the client would see when they see the trial and how to actually purchase it. So when you set a trial, and mind you again, we would recommend when you do a trial, as you can see on the far left first screenshot, to definitely put a proof mark. You're not seeing that there because we wanted you to be able to see it, but also, of course, an expiration date. And we can see up at the top left of that first screenshot, it gives them the ability to buy now and gives them the expiration date, that it is free until 2/12/2015, if everyone can see that. And so because of that, they've been able to, this photographer has also added it to the price list, and so for $9.99. So at that point, they're able to purchase this digital bride book. Now what happens then if the trial ends, it's 2/12, they never purchased it, and they still have the app on their phone? Well, what happens is they get the second app purchase page that we can see is the second screenshot. So they're asked if they would like to buy it now, or if they've already purchased it, if they'd like to log in. And again, once they purchase it, they will be given a new app. So, but this is the page that they would land on once that trial or preview digital bride book expired. The third one is telling us that, let's say the client does choose to purchase the digital bride book, well then they're going to be asked to register it under their email address. So that's how the digital bride book is registered into their name, is through their email address. So then they're asked for their email address, and then the fourth screenshot is showing you that how the digital bride book is now in their shopping cart and how they're able to check out. So once they check out, what they receive is an email in the register email that they had provided showing the purchase, which is the last slide, and how to log in. That's going to update and provide them with a new app that is now going to stay on their phone. And it does suggest them to be able to remove the old app so they don't get confused with the trial version. So that's pretty much how it works. So now we're able to actually charge clients for the digital bride book and be able to still give them a little taste of this great app.
And one thing I wanted to throw in there, Rachel, is that, and for everyone out there, the ability to add this into your apps will be live next week. So you'll be able to work on this and include this on your apps next week once our IT department finalizes everything.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to jump back to the last slide, which really brings out some great points that really no one offers more ways to grow our business, as we can see, than Collages. We're seeing that a lot of other solutions do offer some of the same things, right? A marketing app, of course. A lot of other people have those. An app as a package bonus. Yeah, of course, you can add those into any of your packages for your studio. A link to the full gallery, which is a really great opportunity, becomes a virtual portal into your gallery. Yes, there's maybe one or two that do offer that, but really you're getting two other bonuses of being able to actually really not only grow your business, but also improve and excel your revenue. So, and that's through the in-app print sales, and as well as the share and sell app. So now you're able to share and sell those, not only sell the full app version to clients. So really great things from Collages, and it's definitely exciting, especially that it's launching out the share and sell app as of next week. So at this time, I think I'm going to give the voice back to Kevin and see if anyone has any questions.